Republican Senator Josh Hawley is one of the most conservative lawmakers up here on Capitol Hill, but he's teaming up with one of the most liberal to introduce legislation that would increase the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour and subsequently adjust for inflation in later years. Now, this is an example of him completely bucking the Republican Party when it comes to this issue. Republicans have long opposed the increase to the federal minimum wage because they believe that it could have a negative impact on businesses and therefore have an impact on consumers, eventually raise prices. But here's why Hawley is doing this and doing it now. Over the past few years, he's been watching this trend in the Trump era of working class voters moving away from the Democratic Party and towards the Republican Party. And Hawley's argument is that Republicans should not only be embracing this shift, but proposing legislation and policy that can serve these voters and serve these Americans. So here's what Hawley said in introducing this bill. He said, for decades, working Americans have seen their wages flatline. A major culprit of this is the failure of the federal minimum wage to keep up with the economic reality facing hardworking Americans every day. Now, here's what's notable. The federal minimum wage hasn't been raised since 2009. Since then, it has sat at $7.25 an hour. It remains to be seen whether this bill gets anywhere, but what Hawley's trying to do is send a message about the future of his party that he wants to see and also work across the aisle with Democrats.